No one wants to worry about their garage door, right? You just want to push a button and go. Well, one call to Direct Service Overhead Garage Doors, and we can make that a reality. We provide 24-hour, same-day service at no additional cost, alongside the best pricing in the industry. So give us a call today and stop worrying about that broken garage door or opener. 501-244-3667. Or visit our website at directserviceoverhead.com. Don't wait days. We'll fix it now.
It's been a minute, but we're back. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, go. Yo, what's going on? Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere, welcome to the one and only Pig Trail Network YouTube channel. I'm Ty Hudson. Welcome. I hope you guys, I hope you had a good weekend. Razorback baseball, they won. They won this weekend. That's cool. Against a not so great Ole Miss baseball team, but a win's a win. You'll take a series win. They take 2 out of 3. Arkansas pitching continues to just be pretty damn good. That's what it's doing. It's just being pretty damn good, mostly consistent. So we'll kind of get caught up on that here in just a second. First off, shout out to Patreon supporters. That's couldn't be here without you guys. Look at you, all 40 plus. All 40 plus of you. I appreciate each and every one of you guys are rock stars. And you know that. You know that. I don't have to tell you that. You already know that. Also, Direct Service Overhead, the garage door repair company, is the show's sponsor. They offer some pretty cool stuff here. If you guys need some work done, hey, look, the summer, it's about to get real. You're going to start parking more stuff in your garage. I know we're going to start cleaning ours out, actually. We're going to be doing the opposite, but regardless, may have to give these guys a holler because our door's acting up. Our garage door's not working right. Travis, I'm hoping Travis can make time for me this summer. I'm sure he can because his guys, they work good and they work fast. They offer same-day services, emergency service, 24/7, 365 days a year, free estimates, quality parts, affordable outcomes, hundreds of 5-star reviews, better than best results. 501-244-3667. Again, that's 501-244-3667. Don't let that 501 area code scare you off. They do operate basically anywhere there's a garage door in the state of Arkansas. I'm saying that, and Travis is like, no, dude, we don't operate down in the Delta. What are you doing? We've got a few people. We've got a few people that watch down in that part of the country, or that state, sorry. Let's go, brother. What's up, Jeff Huber? How you doing, man? What's up, Ty? Trey Wade could be a linebacker, says Cade. Yo, what's up, Ty? Ontario Knight, how you doing, man? Jeff Huber says, laugh out loud, they won. They won, yeah. They won. They beat a bad Ole Miss team. They did. They took 2 out of 3. What up, my guy? What's going on, man? The Drooby Dooby Doo show, whose name I love saying out loud. Do me a favor, guys. Make sure you like the stream, share the content, and if you haven't already, feel free to tap the subscribe button. These streams are all over the place. I know. Like I said, it's gonna have an impact on live people that make the live shows, it's going to have an impact on total views. I get that, but this time of year, it's all experimental because I didn't do this time a year ago, right? Like I did it, but it had always been set up that way. Now we're coming off a set schedule, right? We were going live for the most part 3 days a week at 11. On Mondays it turned into 12. But for the most part, you guys knew when to find me and where to find me and so on and so forth, et cetera, et cetera. Now it's like I'm live when I'm live. And so I do appreciate you guys that are able to make it. Again, if you want to know for sure when I'm live, make sure you hit this. Well, I mean, I'm assuming you're already subscribed, but make sure you hit the notification bell. Doesn't always work either. I get that. We have a couple other YouTube accounts in this house, and they are subscribed to my channel. You damn right they are. I made sure they were. And guess what? They rarely, if ever, get notifications. I have friends tell me that all the time. Dude, I never get a notification when you go live. I have to watch it after the fact. It just kind of is what it is. So if you guys have any questions, we're going to get caught up. The draft was, I was a little surprised. Arkansas had 3 drafted. I thought the number would round out to 2 between Treylon Burks. I think we all felt pretty comfortable he was going in the first round. Then the question was, what about Ridgeway? What about Monteric Brown? Anybody else? Trey Williams, some people thought might have a shot because he fits the modern day NFL so well with his body type, his size, and his position. But he just, it just kind of is what it is, right? He didn't exactly, outside of a couple of games in 2021, didn't exactly pop off the film for a lot of people and didn't grade out very well in some other places. This stream was a happy little surprise sitting at work. Yeah. Oh, so you're at work now? Well, I'm glad you're here, Austin. That's our second to last moderator there. Austin Foster, everybody. Say hello, Austin. If you guys have any questions or comments, please. You're going to help me out if you do. We've only got 3 things to talk about. So I love it. I get to listen. I love it. I get to listen well. Get the hell out of Tennessee. Oh, getting out of Tennessee. Oh, man. Prayers are with you, Montario Knight, my friend. Kate says my notifications always work. Knock on wood. You're about the only person I've ever heard say that. My Titans made big moves. They did indeed, Jeff. They did indeed. Sup, Ty? I hope the baseball guys kill it postseason this year after having bad season? I wouldn't say they're having a bad season. Man, they're top 4. I don't know that are you getting them confused with like the water polo team? What are you talking about? I hope the baseball guys kill it postseason this year after having a bad, quote unquote, bad season so far. Usually we kill it. Dude, they're doing pretty good, actually. I mean, look, they're struggling. Timely hitting, right? Not really there. Games 1 and 2 when you need them most. Not just this past week, but overall. And then game 3, because day 3 pitching, there's not very many clubs that do great. I don't know what Tennessee does on day 3, but I'm sure they're doing okay. I mean, after all, they are pretty impressive so far this year. But day 3, you kind of expect, like, if you're not getting Arkansas in most cases, especially. I mean, there's some clubs out there you ought to be able to knock in 10, 12 runs, or 10, 12 hits, and then follow that up with more runs than what Arkansas has been able to manufacture. They struggle. You hear it often, the RISP. I don't know how many of you, like I've never heard it put that way, RISP, but it's runners in scoring position, right? When I was seeing that online, I was like, what the hell's a RISP? What is that? Oh, runners and second and third base, right? Okay, I get it. I've just never. I don't know. Maybe I just don't read enough baseball, but they do struggle at manufacturing runs, and we've seen them time and time again get guys on second and third with 1 or 2 outs, struggle to get those guys home. It's something that's got to get it's still something they got to get better at. They're getting on base. They're doing an okay job of getting on base. They're just having a real hard time manufacturing runs. It is good to see, though. It's not like they're bottom. I think they're bottom 4 in most batting categories. I think they're bottom 4 in the conference. In fact, I was looking at their Batting average on looking at their overall stats, I think they're like 105 in the country, or 108 is what I saw at last. That's not good. Even though I know people are going to be like, well, but Ty, you're in the SEC still. That's bottom 4, bottom 5 in the SEC. That's got to they have got to get hitting turnaround if they want to make any kind of a run in the postseason. Look, I still think I still have them going far. I still think they're a borderline, in my opinion, a borderline Omaha club. I've got some questions about day 3 pitching, like everybody does with the organization, right, with their program. Not very many, again, very few, even the good programs, when you look at the top 15, top 20 according to D1 baseball, only a few of them, I think, probably say, yeah, no, our day 3 pitcher, we're in great shape. And sometimes that's by design, right? Sometimes their day 2 pitcher is, someone they feel 50-50 about, and then their day 3 is like someone who could damn near pitch Friday night. We've seen that. We've seen pitching orders like that day to day, right? But most times, a lot of teams, you are expected. We had this conversation in Discord. You're kind of expected to rack up hits against certain clubs on day 3. It took me forever to figure out what whip was. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, some of these, there's so much. Baseball's just all analytics. It's all numbers. It's all stats. I love it, but there's so much. I'll get someone throw me a question about whatever this means, this particular stat, and I'm like, I have no idea, bro. I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy, my friend. What's up, Dirty Balls 32? How you doing, man? We're just talking a little baseball to start off with. Woo Pig Suey, good luck to Wade. Antonio Gates 2.0. Boy, y'all might be setting my boy up with that, calling him Antonio Gates 2.0. Vanover to NHL 2023, says Chris Brown. Thanks for the super chat. I don't know what that means, to NHL. No, he's not. I don't know what that is, Chris. But thanks for the super chat, my guy. Now, if we're not ranked number 1, it's a bad season apparently. Wow, the expectations. Yeah, dude, top 5 is not bad at all. I mean, hell, there are some really good – there's some programs around the country. I know NHL is hockey. I don't know what he's talking about, though. Vanover to NHL 2023. That makes no sense. Of course NHL is hockey. Come on. When the Blues are on, I'll try to watch, even though I'm not a big hockey guy. But what was I saying? I got thrown off. Yeah, there's some really good blue blood schools that are really great at basketball and football. They don't have that third sport. They don't have baseball like Arkansas does. Yeah. You guys say my expectations are high, but no one can tell me this feels as good as at this point as it has in other seasons. By the way, I'm happy with the Omaha Hawks. Yeah, I think you need to simmer your expectations a little bit, though, right? Like, you're not happy with 4th in the country? I mean, dude, you would kill for that in football. Basketball, you're there. Basketball, Arkansas's there. They have arrived, okay? If they're not preseason top 3, top 4 this year, fans are going to start screaming and hollering. I'm going to be happy. Hell, I'm fine with top 5, top 8 in basketball because I know where Arkansas has been, right? I think baseball, like, this is what happens, or any sport, really. Your team, you forget the bad, right? You forget where you were. Now, baseball, the expectations are higher. I do get that. The expectations for the baseball club are still, it's the highest of any sport on camp. Well, men's sports on campus. How about Dreyfus? What's going on with softball? Back-to-back SEC champs. Are you kidding me? I have not heard anything on Jay Will, Tyler. I'm hoping we hear soon. I love spending money for no reason. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate it. Baseball is probably the hardest sport to win a natty. It's so difficult because, how often, when was the last time the 1 seed won it all in Omaha? You have to go all the way back to 1999. I don't remember who it was. I want to say Miami or LSU, but it's been a really long time. Some of you weren't even born. There are a few of you in chat who weren't here the last time that happened. It's just not easy. I am happy. Just saying, normally we are doing better early and die postseason. Hope this year we – well, look, I'll say this too. in baseball, this is probably more true than in maybe any other sport. You don't want to peak too early. Dave Van Horn talked about this not long ago. You don't want to peak too early. You want to peak at the right time. Now, they're running out of time. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you they've got plenty of time. I mean, they do. They're kind of on the cusp, right? They're kind of like right there. So you've got hang on. Let's look at it really quick before we move on to the Connor Vanover stuff. And, of course, we want to talk about Trey Wade. You got UCA, who, by the way, not terrible, but you did not UCA. I'm sorry, not UCA. Missouri State. My fault. You got Missouri State on May 3rd, assuming that happens. Is it going to happen? What's the weather supposed to look like? I think it's supposed to clear up. Well, I don't have my calendar turned over yet. It's still on April. We got a lot of rain up here this week, guys. It's been pouring. It's flooding. 80% chance, it says right now, today. Today's the 2nd. So tomorrow, it looks like we're going to get sunshine. So it looks like tomorrow the game should be on, and then Wednesday, Thursday, more rain. And then after that, it's supposed to be beautiful weather. Unfortunately, they're going to play Auburn on the road, who I think they've got a couple of pitchers that are out. Their Friday night pitcher, forgot the kid's name. I apologize. I think I don't know if he's their Friday night guy. Apparently, he hurt his arm last week. They had to pull him early. And then their closer, they had a closer who hurt his hand. So their bullpen's not going to be as strong as it has been, but I'll be real honest. I don't know a ton about Auburn. I mean, I was trying to look up some numbers here and there, and I know they're ranked. Right now they're 19th in the country, but I couldn't speak to what their strengths and weaknesses are just yet. We'll probably talk on that a little bit on Friday, assuming I don't have a guest on. Now, when I have a guest on, anything I say, like, oh, Friday, we're going to talk about this. If I have a guest on, obviously that's not going to happen, but I won't be talking about whatever. But we'll try to break down Auburn once we approach that bridge, and it looks like the weather's going to be beautiful here, but that game is going to be played in Auburn. Arkansas on the road this year against quality opponents. Man, this is going to be I don't know. Even with the injuries they've had to their pitchers, even with a not 100% bullpen. Yeah, man. I mean, it's going to be tough. Friday night, May 6th, game starts at 7. May 7th, it'll be at 4:30. And Sunday, May 8th, it'll be at 1 p.m. And then you don't have a midweek after that, which is weird. I don't like not having a midweek. I want one midweek game. Give me one. I just want one. But Friday the 13th in Fayetteville, you play Vanderbilt, who is nowhere near as good as we thought they were going to be this year. But that 3-game series starts 6:30 on Friday night. I love that 6:30. I love it. Saturday, 6:30, and then Sunday it'll be at 2 p.m. And then you close out the season with Alabama. So how many games is that, right? That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games left. That's it. You need to take care of business against Missouri State. I don't know what you need to do to secure the top 8. I feel like if you go on the road and you drop 2 out of 3 to Auburn, depending on how they go down, I still feel like, because D1 baseball has such a love fest for Arkansas, I feel like you're still going to be fine. Assuming you take care of business against Missouri State, which I think could be a challenge. I think they're a pretty decent club. I saw them somewhere floating around the top 25 in a couple of stats. I did not. For some reason, I thought this game was Wednesday, and I was going to save the breakdown for Missouri State on a Wednesday during the day. I'd planned on going live during the day on Wednesday and then breaking down Missouri State, but unfortunately that game is tomorrow. I don't have a breakdown on them, but just take care of business. We'll just leave it at that. So take care of business. Don't get swept on the road against Auburn. Take 1 out of 3. Of course you want to win, but let's be real. Arkansas baseball has not traveled very well this year, and then come home and take care of business against Vanderbilt. I think, again, you want to take just 2 out of 3 there. Even though they're Vanderbilt this year, they're not the typical Vanderbilt this year. It's still Vanderbilt. I think there's still kind of a respect factor there. So if you don't sweep them, I don't think D1 baseball is going to hold it against you. And then you're on the road against Alabama. Just take care of business, man. I think you can afford to stay in the top 8. I think you can afford to drop at least one of these 3 series, maybe even one of the or 2 of the 3, maybe. I don't know. Some of you would know better than me. I have not covered baseball real deep on this channel. I have kept up with it. I'm what you would call a casual baseball fan when it comes to the Razorbacks, when it comes to college baseball. But I do my best to cover them as well as I can. So you guys, some of you could probably speak to this better than I can. Obviously, you need to take care of business and win all these games, right? Win all these series. Because these are not definitely Auburn. Auburn on the road just makes you feel uncomfortable. Just does. They're a pretty good club. They're top 20. And you got to play them on the road. That's tough. I just say don't get swept. Please, for the love of God, don't get swept. The Auburn series would probably be the only one we could stand to drop. Yeah, you might be right. Because Vanderbilt's not – they're not the typical Vanderbilt, right? So you're probably right on that. Right now in your D1 top 25, you have 6 SEC schools. Tennessee's at 1. Arkansas's at 4th. A&M's at 3rd. A&M's at 13th. They're the 3rd SEC school ranked. Auburn at 19th. LSU at 20th. And Georgia at 22. So Tennessee, Arkansas, A&M, Auburn, LSU, Georgia. Yeah, so that's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 schools in the SEC ranked. And what's weird is at this point in the season last year, I think there were like 8 SEC teams ranked. Some would argue this could be kind of a down year for the Razorbacks. Or I'm sorry, for the SEC. Right now, again, Arkansas's got a decent lead. They're 2 games ahead of Auburn. Very important, right? You want to keep that lead. You want to take the West. 14-7 in conference, 34-10 overall record. Auburn 31-14. Yeah, this is a big series. This Auburn series, you could argue, I think at this point in the year, it might actually be the biggest series of the season. You got a 2-game lead on them, and then you still got LSU hanging around, A&M hanging around, Alabama, who's 9-12, so they're sub 500 in conference play. They're 5 games out. Mississippi State, surprisingly, is just not what we thought. 25-20 on the year, 9-12 in conference. They're 5 games out, and Ole Miss is 7 games out. In the East, Tennessee's just, I'm telling you, and I've been saying it for a while now, they're on a different level. 40-4 overall record, 19-2. So 2 of their 4 losses came to SEC schools. Auburn beat them once this weekend. Came close. I think they gave them a ball game in game 3. Georgia's probably the biggest surprise over there, but they're 7 games behind Tennessee. They're 30-14. Again, Arkansas 34-10. Georgia, who's in second over there, 30-14. Crazy. Both Mississippi schools are disappointing. They really are. And you don't say that very often, as much as we love making fun of them. Why wasn't Trey Williams drafted? Poor draft grade. Just overall, not a very good draft grade. Just didn't do well. I don't think he did well in his pro day here either. It was either him or Mo Brown. Someone did not perform very well in their pro day at Arkansas, I was reading. The Auburn series, I already read that. Ty, it's T.Y. Jerry Nash. Come on, man. T.Y. I'm not Ty Richardson. Ty, I know DVH likes to get the opposing pitch count up, man, but I think we should attack some of these over the plate first pitches. Yeah, that's a good point, Jerry. It's a head scratcher. Someone, and I like the way, I don't remember who put this on Twitter, but it was a good point. They felt like Arkansas plays power money ball. Like it's either home run or they're worried about sending them over the fence or just getting on base, which sounds like a lovely combination. getting walks, getting on base however you can, right? I just don't know what the right approach is at the plate. I don't know. I'm never going to pretend to know more than the guys that are coaching, but there's something not clicking for Arkansas baseball at the plate. The mound, the pitchers have bailed them out. Hell, middle relief. Middle relief has been pretty solid. Of course, Eye of the Tiger, as I like to call him. Eye of the Tiger has been phenomenal for a freshman, man. It's so nice to have him come in and be able to close out. And not just have him come in for 3 final outs in the 9th, right? You feel pretty comfortable giving him the ball on the mound in the 7th inning. You feel pretty comfortable he's going to close out. You've got to feel pretty good about what's going on there. Middle relief has been pretty decent. I would say pretty good, actually. Wiggins, you just don't know what you're getting. I'm worried about day 3 on the road with Wiggins. How many hits can he make it beyond 4 innings? I don't know. Arkansas State transfer. Oh, here we go. How did I know you were going to bring that up if you were in here, Arky56, a.k.a. Pops? 6 foot 290. He will get taken to the wood. Dad, we went over this. People are claiming the guy is 6'1", and he's right at 300 pounds. I don't know. ESPN, I think, has him at like 6 foot 294 or whatever. I don't know what Arkansas State's official site has him at, but I think he's going to come in and I think he's going to compete to make the 2 deep. This is what it is. If you weren't channel royalty, I love that. Oh, man. Is that a whole new category, Tyler Broadway? Did you just bring up a whole new category of legends amongst our PTN chat? Channel royalty. I love that. He is, I guess technically he's family, so I guess he is royalty here. Just going to say, Arky, you wrong. See, normally what he does is, and this is my dad, by the way, Arky56, as if you couldn't tell, with that cardinal avatar that he has, and the fact that I talk about Pops in chat. I'm sure you guys have picked up on it. This is what he does. He'll leave a comment. He'll watch for about 20 seconds, and then he bails. And then he'll bring something up on the phone when I talk to him later, and he'll be like, yeah, what about that transfer? Dad, or no, he'll say, why don't you talk more about baseball? And here I've been talking baseball for 20 minutes. By the way, if you guys, this is something too, I'm trying to incorporate more baseball. I'm trying to talk more about it. You guys do ask me a little bit about it, so I'm trying to incorporate more. I have considered doing post-game shows for baseball. I have considered it. It's a little bit different hype transitioning from the end of a baseball game, to the it's just a little bit different level. It's different than football or basketball, how dramatic those endings are. And I don't know, the camaraderie that kind of comes along with that. Baseball's a slower, melodic game. I like bringing energy to post-game shows. I don't know if I could do that with baseball, but I might give it a try, and I might damn well try after this Auburn, maybe like day 3 on Sunday, or maybe I'll do it Friday night. Maybe we'll do a post game after the Auburn game. So, all right. Again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to fire away. You'd be bailing me out because we're running thin on topics. We do have by the way, someone forwarded this picture to me, the D1 final baseball thing, and we'll move on. D1 preseason top 10 teams. Number 1, Texas. Number 2, Arkansas. Number 3, Vandy. Mississippi State at 4. Ole Miss 5. Stanford at 6. Oklahoma State at 7. LSU at 8th. Florida at 9th. What is it about Florida being ranked high and then falling off the ladder entirely? And the same with Texas, right? NC State 10th. Only 2 of those schools I just mentioned are still in the top 10. Arkansas, who's currently at 4th. Oklahoma State is in 3rd. Stanford's at 11th. They were preseason ranked 6th, so they're pretty accurate on that. They were accurate on Oklahoma State and Arkansas on 3 of them. I'm telling you, there's a curse about being ranked preseason number 1 with D1 baseball. There's a curse. But of those 10 schools, only 2 are still ranked, period. That is a hell of a miss. Football, you don't see that very often because it's so predictable. Basketball, I mean, it's kind of not as often. You don't see it. But basketball, there's quite a bit of movement. You have more games. You know, kind of feels like a longer season than football. But more games and more games per week than football, right? So more opportunities to shift around and more opportunities to win and lose and what have you. But baseball is just completely unpredictable. I mean, it just is. I'd like to see the rest of the top 25. I'd like to see where they shake out. I don't have that list. I just have this screenshot that a buddy sent me. That's kind of incredible, actually. Guarantee end of game 2 would have had a lot of – no, you're not wrong about that, Austin. It would have. Do you think Connor Nolan continues to progress into a pro pitcher? Of course, I really wish RQ56 was here for that question. Yeah, it is Nolan's last year. He has been dominant. He has been incredible, honestly. Like I didn't know what to expect from him. He was projected to be the day 2 pitcher. Of course, that changed when a certain starting pitcher got hurt his arm or got hurt. So that changed. But Connor Nolan, 2.77 ERA right now. He's pitched 68 innings. He's been pretty damn solid. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Really liking what I'm seeing out of him. Hagen Smith, freshman. This kid's just now, 18 years old. He's got a 3.75 ERA. Sure, you'd like that to be lower. Wiggins has been, to me, just the biggest 5.75 ERA. Oof. Hagen Smith, 6-2 overall, right? Connor, 5-3. Jackson Wiggins has a 5-1 record. I think Arkansas has done pretty well in day 3. The only other pitcher, that's, I think, I'm not going to say at the same level, but has been, I would say, as impressive given the circumstances. Well, it's got to be Brady Tigert, right? Eye of the Tiger. Just incredible. 1.30 ERA. Right? How many pitches is he at? 27. Well, he's at 27 innings pitched. So, of course, he's getting a lot of attention. He's coming in. Cole Ramage pitched 33. Did we see him this weekend? I don't think we saw Cole Ramage this weekend. Or am I crazy? Did he pitch? I didn't get a chance to watch all of game 2. I watched like 90% of game 3, and I didn't get a chance to check game 1. Did Ramage pitch this weekend? Someone help me out. I don't know if he did or not. Needed Nolan to shine with Paulette. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Paulette was a really big loss. Damage didn't pick Cole Damage. That's wrong. But Connor Nolan is headed in a really good direction. I couldn't tell you where he's at with the MLB. You know, I couldn't tell you. Right? You know, that changes. We'll get caught up on that once we get through with college baseball. Once we get through the I'm assuming by the time Omaha's finished with, we'll have a pretty good idea of where, I guess actually the draft is before that. So we'll have a pretty good idea sooner than later, I guess I should say. Another guy that's pitched a little bit, Gabriel Starks. I think he's pitched a little bit midweek. Vermillion's had a couple of decent outings. I really thought we'd be seeing a lot more of him. He's pitched 17 innings. But yeah, Connor Nolan with 2.77 ERA. I think he's been solid, and I hope he continues to develop. Connor, a long way from his first year up on the football field. What an eye to snag him from the football team. It was a good move on his part, I think. Well, obviously he he got to avoid some disasters up there. Best crossover talent in a long time, right? Connor Nolan. I think so, yeah. I think so. All right. That's the most I've ever talked Razorback baseball. So forgive me if I misspoke somewhere. I'm sure I did. I'm sure there's a gaffe in there. My bad. Let's move on to really quick. Connor Stroh. Speaking of another Connor, we got a lot of Connors to talk about today. Connor Stroh, 6'6", 335-pound, 4-star offensive tackle. He listed his visits. Arkansas also made his short list. I don't usually do this publicly, but I'm going to say scale of 1 to 10, I'm feeling really north of like 6 out of 10 on him. I really like him. I'm leaning heavy towards him being a hog. I really am. He's going to go to Auburn on the 20th of May. The 3rd of June, he's going to Florida. He's going to go down to the Gators, go visit. And then on the 10th of June, that's going to be a big day for Arkansas. He's going to be in town in Fayetteville. And then he's going to the Aggies on the 17th. And then Texas going to the Longhorns on the 24th. So Connor Stroh, again, big-time prospect. I really like where Arkansas's at, but you guys know how this works. He could leave Auburn and cancel all of his visits, right? He could leave Florida, cancel all of his visits, and then you know what's going on, right? Same thing, he could leave Fayetteville, cancel all of his visits, because then he's made up his mind. Actually, I'm not, you think I'm going to Arkansas. Actually, I'm going to go to Auburn. I'm going to just cancel all my visits. You know how this works. We're talking about 17-year-old kids, right? 16, 17, sometimes 18-year-old kids. But anything could happen. I have no idea. I don't think we have an announcement on him, like when he's going to announce. But right now, going into May and then getting ready for June for when he's able to go on some of these visits, right now, I really like Arkansas's chances. That doesn't mean I wouldn't put Auburn in the same category. Doesn't mean I wouldn't put Florida in the same category. I probably would. But Arkansas, I think right now, I feel like might have a little bit of an advantage. Connor Vanover finds a new school. He's headed to Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts University is a private evangelical university in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Founded in 1963, the university is named after its founder, evangelist Oral Roberts, sitting on a 323-acre campus. ORU offers 70 graduate degree programs along with 20 graduate programs across 6 colleges. ORU a year ago finished with a 19-12 overall record. So congrats to him. Yeah, he did not commit. He trimmed his list down. Trimmed it down to his 5. Transfer portal. By the way, did you guys see the Bobby Hopper tunnel got clogged up today? It got clogged up today. Someone clogged it up. The old Bobby Hopper transfer portal / tunnel was under maintenance for a little bit today. But good thing Terry Hampton traveled through that bad boy before that happened. Am I right? Even though he's coming from the other direction. We have fun here at PTN. That's what we do. I'm ready for the comments. I'm ready. You spent too much time talking baseball, Ty. I'm ready for him. Bring him on. Terry Hampton from Arkansas State. Again, RQ56 already alluded to his only being 6 foot. Listen, there's some controversy about this guy's actual size. I don't know. Okay, I have seen where people have listed him as a short 6'1", a tall 6 foot, 295. I've also seen someone had him at 6'1" and a half, 303. I don't know. I think from what I've read and what people have said about him, I think it's going to be a pretty good mix. I could see him probably competing for 2 deep. I'm not overly thrilled about what's going on at the interior defensive line spot up front on the line of scrimmage. I'm not overly thrilled about what's going on at defensive tackle. But I feel like you're still better off than where you're at a year ago. Are they, though? Ridgeway went in the 5th round. Ridgeway's a cowboy. Yeah, I thought he did a pretty good job. And I liked, who was it that said something we'd repeated all year long about his arm, his body size and his width, his arm length. Right? The guy it's hard to run around him. He's so big, and he's got good lateral movement, too, by the way, for someone that size. Can you replace that? You're going from that to that 6'5", what's his nickname? Vanilla Gorilla. You're going from that to a little shorter. Although Marcus Miller is 6'5", 313 or 300. Cameron Ball's 6'5". You got a couple of guys. Landon Jackson 6'7", but he's going to play that D. He's going to be a rush end. I mean, who knows? And again, he's 275, assuming he's kept the weight on. So I think Terry Hampton will be someone who if he doesn't push too deep, then he'll absolutely be in the three deep rotation wise. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on him. Again, I have him listed here at 6 foot 293, defensive tackle from El Dorado. He's staying home. He's recruited. He was recruited by Deke Adams, of course. Hampton had 61 tackles, 10 tackles for 10 TFLs, tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and a pass breakup in 36 games played over 3 years, I think. Like, you look at the names, it's real easy to go, oh, well, they've got a bunch of guys, but they need listen, the idea is they're going to go after one more defensive lineman and probably a wide receiver. Again, I'd argue you may want to go after another rush end just in case. I feel like either DN spot, doesn't matter, left or right. You feel like how confident are you that you have a strong, I mean, you want to be too deep at every position, right? But they rotate a lot, and they're going to run. They could run multiple sets. Are we going to see a 4-man front? Are we going to see that rotation? Is it going to be a multiple look up front? What are they doing? If they're going to stick with a 3-man front, then okay, I kind of get just going after one more defensive lineman. But it sounds like they're pretty dead set on at least taking a wide receiver. Let's get the guy from Florida. Yeah, you guys, I saw that. You guys posted that. Yeah. Land, is his last name Land? Led all the FCS in sacks? Yeah, I agree with you, man. Imani Bates just dropped his top 6. Arkansas's in it. I may have already covered that in Discord. Did I cover that in Discord? Do I have that for the Patreon supporters? I told you guys the coming weeks, here come the top list, and here they are. They're coming. What's your starting 5 for the basketball team? Man, I'm so far away from that. I don't know yet. I don't know, man. It's going to be fun to break down, though, Playboy. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah, Austin, I know what you're talking about. That dude, he's not your 240. I think he's like 6'3", 6'4", 215. Would probably need to pack on a little bit of weight. But, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Land. I think it's his last name, Land. He led all of FCS in sacks with 19 total sacks. That's incredible. Broadway's already given it to you. He's saying Nick Smith, Devo, Walsh, J. Will, Brazil. Yeah, I think you could go. There's a couple different moves there, Broadway, but I like that. That's a pretty good 5. Hampton is from my town. It was great watching him play high school football, says Rob R. I feel pretty good about him. Like I said, I think he's going to make a push for 2 deep. And last but not least, how about Trey Wade? The 6'6" forward played at Wichita State for 2 seasons before transferring to Arkansas to finish his basketball career. He helped the Razorbacks reach the Elite 8 in this year's tournament. He has been invited to the Cardinals rookie camp, to the Arizona Football Cardinals. I'm just throwing that in there like that. The football Cardinals, not the baseball Cardinals. They once were in St. Louis. Anyways, Trey Wade, he's going to be there, man. Congrats to Trey Wade, dude. That is so awesome for him. That's, I'm sure Musselman made that happen. I feel like Eric Musselman, I remember him talking about that kind of early on about getting him involved. Because he felt like he could be in the league, or that maybe he'd have a shot. I've heard tight end. I don't know. I think that's what they invited him at. Let me see here. Former Wichita State basketball player Trey Wade. I must be reading Yeah, Wichita, Kansas. That makes sense. It's a Wichita site, I guess, because they don't mention Arkansas. Former Wichita State basketball player Trey Wade is going pro, but it won't be on the hardwood. It's on the gridiron. Wade has accepted an invite to the Arizona Cardinals rookie minicamp as a tight end. See, they don't mention Arkansas there. They did mention him down here when they talk about where he had played, but their beginning paragraph, they don't mention Arkansas. I get it. Yeah, man, that's a big dude. 6'6", 6'7". I think he was listed. He's been listed 6'6", 6'7". I think 6'6" for the most part. But he did. Trey Wade announced this back on the 28th of last month. I'm excited to announce that I will be partaking in the NFL 2022 draft. Good luck to everyone who has worked to get. Obviously, he waited too long, right? It'd be a lot more helpful if he had a little bit more football in his background. I don't know. Did he play high school football? I don't know if he did or not. I had like 20 minutes to get this thing kind of put together, and I only saw his workout video in this article. Now, we had heard, like, of course, we saw that announcement on the 28th. But I'll be. He got an actual rookie camp invite. So Trey Wade has a shot in the league, man. Antonio Gates 2.0. That might be that's setting up a really that's a high level of or a high level for someone to get to in his position. That'd be a big guy for sure. We'll see what he does. I wonder if any of the 4 stars get to have significant playing time. Oh, you guys are talking basketball. Okay. Anyways, so, yeah, man, congrats to Trey Wade. We'll see what he does. Obviously, he's got a little bit of time. I'm not sure how that process works out. Like, I guess if you go to the rookie camp and you do well, then what? I don't know how that works out. I don't know really how. I don't know the steps to the off season that well. But I know the rookie training camp is going to get him an opportunity to make the 53-man roster. So we'll see where he pans out. And good luck to him. We wish him the best. That'd be so cool to see that guy playing in the league. Good news is that while tight end isn't exactly an easy spot to learn, it isn't the most difficult on the field. Well, I don't know. There might be some people that would argue otherwise. They've got a lot of they're asked to do a lot, without a doubt. I hope Jay Will returns. There will only be a handful of teams that could beat us if he does. You're in pretty good shape. I think you're still in pretty damn good shape without him, if I'm being completely real. Again, he's like that icing on top of the icing that's on the cake, right? You throw him in the mix, then I don't know how you don't rank Arkansas number 1 in the country. If you bring Jay Will, if Jay Will comes back. Yeah, for sure. Not hard to learn tight end. Very hard to play it well. I don't know, man. You have to learn to block, and you got to learn to run routes. And as someone who has a little bit of experience blocking, playing a little bit of high school ball, not much, playing a little bit of high school ball, that's a lot. That's a lot. I would argue it might actually be one of the more complicated positions on the field, but that's just me, especially if you've never played it before. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, if you guys aren't already members to the Discord, to the PTN Discord server, you got to be there. I'm gonna throw you an invite here down in chat. Bow. There you go. Right there. Easy routes, bro. I mean, yeah, check down. He's gonna run shorter into the route tree. I don't know. Did you play tight end in high school? I don't know. Do you have experience playing it? It takes a special kind of person. They got to be big, strong, athletic. They got to have hands. They've got to know both ends of whatever route tree they're assigned, along with blocking. Pulling to block, to kick out block. I mean, I don't know. I also think it does differ per offense. I will tell you that. Tight ends kind of take on different workload per offense. And the veer and shoot, It's really important to block, right, in what we do here. Did y'all see that video of Trey practicing? He looks like he takes 5 yards. Yeah, he's got a long stride. Yeah. Got to block. Yep, you do. Got to be tough as hell, too, for sure, to play that position. I agree with that. All right, I will see you guys later in the week, probably Wednesday. We'll probably have a reaction to their midweek game, and then whatever other news. I'm going to try and line up another interview for the week. Might bring Stephen Hamner back on. Maybe I don't know. We'll try and maybe bring someone on. If not, hey, we're gonna have fun doing this as we always do. It's always a lot of fun. I enjoy talking with you guys. So yeah. Why wasn't Trey? Yeah, I already answered that. Truth. I don't think he graded out too well. I just think some guys just don't get drafted, right? They just don't because they don't grade out well. Maybe they just don't have enough film. Maybe they don't have enough good film, So, all right. Oh my God. All right. Apparently tight end is super easy to learn. Woo pig, and I will see you guys later on in the week. Go Hogs.